Developing a culture is one of the most important responsibilities that you have as a business owner. So in this video, I want to give you my best advice when it comes to developing culture, actually starting and defining a culture, but also then absolutely defending it with everything that you have, because as you bring more staff members in, your responsibility is going to be on the harness of the culture, the definition of the culture, and the responsibilities that you put on all your staff to work within the culture that you've defined. My name's Kev. Welcome to the Systemise Your Business YouTube channel, where I help entrepreneurs just like you scale their businesses, start their businesses, automate their businesses, and ultimately systemize operations. So the reason why this is so important is because it's a part of phase one, which is your business management. And that comes down to culture. We've already spoken about what your mission is in your business, and writing an inspiring and motivating business mission. But the second thing after that is then actually defining culture. And how you can define culture is developing and writing out what your core values are, what your business represents. So your customers and your clients, when you bring people in and they want to do business with you, a big part of them actually trusting you enough to do business is because you stand for something. The marketing that you do and the beliefs that you have, the emotions that you portray, it's because they trust you enough to say, I want to do business with you. But then when they do business with you and the operations that you have, the systems, the teams that you've developed, as you bring more and more staff members in, you've got to protect the culture that you've defined. And this is why the core values in your business is so important. So one of the things that we've just recently done is we do meetings with our staff, and we talk about operations, we talk about our performance, we talk about how things are going, what's going good, what's not going so good, what we can work on, what we can develop. And it's so important to stress, and this is one of the things that I do all the time, is stress the importance of the core values that we have here. Because you've got to defend it. You've got to always remind every single member of staff, from when they first have an interview with you, you need to tell them about your business. You need to tell them what you stand for. So straight away it comes down to the personal attributes of the core values of every person that you have and hire in your business. You know, when you think of, they need to be a team member, they need to be punctual, they need to be motivated, they need to be interested, they need to have attention to detail, they need to care about what they're doing. Because if you've got 10 sort of staff members and you bring one person in who doesn't care, who has no sort of care about what their performance is, you've got to get rid of that as quickly as possible. And that's why having core values is so important. And a part of your employment work pack, your employee sort of handout, the work booklet that you give, the hand booklet that you give, you need to list all your core values from what your business stands for. Okay, that you number one priority is like communication with our clients, the care of the products that we look after, the type of person that we want in the business, you know, hungry, they're driven, they're motivated, they care about punctuality and attention to detail. You've got to give as many core values as possible, and the clearer you are, the better it will be. So there's a lot of core values that we have, that we develop and innovate systems, that we work in teams, that if there's a problem, that we get together in a huddle and we work out how did this happen? When it comes to training and development of staff, that we want to invest in our employees, in our virtual assistants through trainings and apprenticeships. It's so important to have that and share that with every single one of your employees, that if they do a mistake, it's a part of the learning process, that we get together as a team, as our team leaders and our managers, we get together and we discuss this, and we don't point the fingers. We collectively as a team, We're going to take responsibility and learn from this mistake, and then we're going to resolve it at the root cause. Okay, so when it comes to developing your culture, think about the core values that you have. You know, it goes so deep from the name of your business, the branding of your business, the quality of content that you have, and the quality of work that you do, and the products and services that you have. It makes such a difference. Even when it comes to the layout of your office, the standards that you have in terms of cleanliness and the timekeeping, the never-ending drive and hunger to continuously improve your business. You've got to first, you yourself as the business owner, you've got to live it yourself. You've got to live it. The actual values of your business first and foremost starts with you. You've got to be the one that actually represents exactly what you're asking your team to do, what you're asking your employees and your virtual assistants to do. So if you've got a meeting scheduled at 10 o'clock, you're there, you're ready, you're prepared. If you've got a call with a client or a partner or a customer, and you've scheduled a specific time, then you're there prepared. You're ready to take action on whatever that meeting may be. You've got to be, first and foremost, the owner. You've got to live the culture that you actually want. So if you're wanting people to innovate and take risks, then you've got to do that. You've got to be the one that has the drive to actually innovate and ask questions and question current principles and current processes and systems. So for us in here, we're always like, okay, how can we do this better? Asking difficult questions like, why did we do it like this? And why did we do it like that? Why don't we try to do it like this instead? And then once you make that a part of the way of living and the way of life and the way of your business, you can then, first and foremost, your employees and your staff members can then also be the ones that question operations and question our performance and strive to be better. And how can we make things easier and faster and quicker? Because first, you've done it, because you're the one that's asking these questions first. So this goes really quite deep, from all the way from knowing the type of people that you want, knowing what your business represents and stands for, the questions that you ask in the interviews, what you do every day, how you start the day with your staff, what you do in terms of when you go out for breaks with your staff or have lunch with your staff, you know, how you want them to look and the uniform that they have, you know, how they hold themselves and they talk to one another. You know, the discussions that you have, the communication that you have, and bringing people in that maybe not, you know, they're maybe not as extroverted and as loud maybe, but you bring them into the team and you get a close unit, because the culture is an internal thing. The values that you have internally then gets portrayed externally. So this is why it stands from the branding that you have, the setup that you have, the tools, you know, everything that you want to stand for and everything that your business stands for. It starts with culture. It starts with the values that you stand for. It starts with your processes and interviews and onboarding and training and investing in your staff day in and day out. So I just wanted to create this video today talking about culture, talking about developing your own core values. We actually have it a part of our employee handout booklets where we talk about what we stand for, what we do and how we do it, and the key performance indicators that we are always looking at in terms of the speed of shipping or the communication with clients, or when it comes to the bonuses and the growth that we want to do with our partners and our customers. We're always communicating, we're always sharing, we're always holding ourselves accountable to the standards that we set. So in your business, what core values do you have? Let us know down below what and how you set this up and the culture that you have, because I'd love to know down below. But if you enjoyed this video, please do give it a thumbs up. This is Kev here from Systemise Your Business. If you enjoy this, please hit the subscribe button, please hit the bell notification. I've got lots of great videos talking about business, talking about operations, talking about marketing and sales, and core value is such a really, really important aspect, because the culture in your business is absolutely everything. So take care, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye-bye.